to DFW Women's Club Lunch and Learn. We're back diving into our series of monthly education, just bringing you many different topics. Today, we're going to be talking with Nichole Wagganer, who wants to give us how to live organically, detoxing and rebalancing our gut biome. So that's a mouthful, but I really think there's a lot of benefit in what Nichole's doing and what she can bring to this. So I'll start by saying my name's Ashley Wagganer. I'm the president of our DFW Women's Club, and I'll be hosting these monthly Lunch and Learn. So you can find a different topic every month, and sometimes a couple times a month. And I'm very excited to be introducing Nichole Wagganer. Not only is she incredibly talented and has really grown into living organically and learning how to take care of your body in a world that's full of temptation and a lot of processed foods and a lot of things that aren't so great for us. But she's also my sister and one of our board members on the DFW Women's Club. She's our membership chair. And so whenever you join the organization, you hear from her and she helps you get connected into the group. So needless to say, she has a passion and love for helping others. And I'm really excited for y'all to hear on this journey that she's been down and to give you a few tips on how to detox and rebalance your body. So Nichole, welcome today. I'd like for you just to start a little bit, like, I know I introduced you briefly, but tell us about yourself personally and how you started the Cauldron 528 and why.
God, that was such a nice introduction, you guys. I am not used to my sister always being so sweet to me, but I will take it. No, seriously, thank you so much, Ashley. I think that you hit it right on the nail. Is I do have a massive passion for helping people, and I think that over the years that I have grown and evolved into where I am now, working with holistic nutrition, I have just seen so many women suffer from the same issues, not even just women, but men as well, suffering from bloating, indigestion, constipation, constant issues with gut imbalances, maybe it's IBS, and you could even go down the hole even deeper instead of some of the physical aspects of things, maybe, in regards to brain fog or memory loss or headaches or, high blood pressure. All of these things you can almost relate back to the gut. And it's kind of crazy that, we live in this world that everybody wants to treat the symptoms, right? But nobody wants to go down to the root cause and treat the root issues. And the root problem is our gut biomes. Our gut biomes are off balance. We have too much bad bacteria in there. We've got to get that healthy bacteria going. So that's kind of where a lot of my passion is in holistic nutrition with a focus in naturopathy. Because what I do is I truly believe that this planet has given us everything that we need for all illness and disease through nature. So that's through fruits, vegetables, produce, herbs, roots, adaptogens. We have all of these resources that are all organic, all natural, that can literally help you create a homeostasis environment for your body. Not for those things to heal your body, but for your body to heal itself. Because your body is the coolest, the most amazing machine that we have, system on this whole planet. And your body can go into restore and heal mode. We just have to let it have the right environment. And so kind of going into why I started the Cauldron was I am incredibly passionate about being educated about what I, fuel my body with and how I make sure I detox my body, on a day-to-day basis. So as a single mom to an 8-year-old, and I own 5 businesses, I am busy. And for years and years and years, probably the last 10 years, I have used juicing as an incredible way to help detox the body. What juicing is a highly concentrated form of nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that fruits or vegetables produce for us without the additives of all the fiber, having the body and the digestive system having to break that down. So juicing is just one really cool tool in our toolbox that we can use. I happen to love it. I love the taste of fresh juice. It's delicious. We got good combos. It's easy. So it's kind of my preferred choice of detoxing. Well, as I'm very busy, I was going around looking for companies out there that I could go detox with. And I could get my fresh juices from, maybe for a gut detox or just a daily juice for the morning so I can continue to keep, my digestive system clear. Well, the more and more research I did and the more and more I got out there, the more and more frustrated I became. I got, stuck in hole after hole after hole after hole, finding out that unfortunately a lot of these companies are corporations that think the money is the bottom dollar, right? They want to charge you a ton of money for something that they put very little quality into. And what I was finding is you could find, maybe some companies that had some decent juices. They were marketing juices as health products, but they were putting their juices in plastic containers. And if you just do a little bit of research, anything drinking out of plastic contains hundreds of thousands of microplastics. And microplastics aren't good for your gut. So then I would find that. One other thing I would find is that other companies out there were not guaranteeing that their products were organic. And I'm sorry, I know that this is a big debate out there, but there is a massive difference in eating bioengineered or genetically modified fruits and vegetables to organic. And you have to have organic, or otherwise you're not getting the same type of reaction in the body. So they weren't organic. One of the other things, I actually found two companies that had glass bottles in the Dallas area, and I was really excited, but they were both sold in grocery stores. Well, one thing, if you do just a little bit of research, those grocery stores, they've had those products on their shelves for weeks, months, sometimes even longer than that. So what do they have to do in order to keep these products good? They have to add preservatives into them. Like, if you just put one and two together, if you just, think about it for just a second, you're trying to detox the body by putting chemicals, preservatives, genetically modified fruits and vegetables, plastics back in the body. That doesn't make any sense, right? Like, you're trying to do the opposite of this. So I just kept getting so frustrated, running dead end after dead end. I could not find one place, not one place, that actually took the time, the quality to put into helping somebody detox their body and detox it the right way. So what did I do? I just came up with my own. So that's kind of where the Cauldron came from. That's why I started it, because I truly believe in quality over quantity. I think that we are in a day and age and an era in the time that we are, that we have to be educated on what is actually healthy for our bodies, because you cannot hit your dreams, your goals, your passions, your love if you don't have a healthy body. So that's kind of where I came from. That's why I started it. I know I'm very long-winded, but there's a lot to go behind it.
Well, I love that you have such high standards for what you're looking for, and for good reason, because like you said, you don't want to detox with the opposite reaction, or, putting chemicals in your body to do that. I was listening to that, and I was also reading through the description of this lunch and learn for today. And you said, let's talk about some shit, like literally poop that nobody wants to talk about, because it comes in so many different forms of constipation, diarrhea, bloating, all of these things. And I'm thinking, you talk a lot about detoxing, and how does somebody know when they need a detox? How often do they need a detox? Like, maybe you could just talk through like some of the research or the science, or some of the shit that people don't talk about or maybe want to talk about, and lead them like where they get started with that?
Yeah, so thank you so much for asking that question. And I'm probably the only person on the planet that gets excited to talk about detoxing and watching parasites come out and talking about literal shit. I think maybe I'm so comfortable with it because I have an 8-year-old son. And so my life is just full of poops and farts. And those are always funny things. So, but if we kind of reverse a little bit, if we kind of take that back, like you had asked, when do we need a detox? I like to kind of start from the beginning and really kind of educate you on where you are and what's going on. So, toxins. Let's just talk about toxins. Why do we need a detox? We need to get toxins out of the body. What are toxins? Toxins come in so many different shapes and forms, especially in the day and age that we live in, right? We're absorbing toxins through the air that we breathe. We're absorbing toxins through the clothes that we wear. We are absorbing toxins in the water that we drink. Toxins come in. So if you drink anything out of a plastic bottle, you're getting microplastics in there. Toxins are heavy metals that you could be absorbing. What about if you think about, this is a huge one to me, is radiation, right? Those electrical signals from cell phone towers, your cell phones, the computers, the TVs, all these electrical things are putting toxins in the body. But believe it or not, even as prevalent as technology is, and the air that we have to breathe every day and the water that we have to drink all the time, do you know where we get the majority of the toxins that we consume on a day-to-day basis? Through the food that we consume. The food that we put into our bodies is where we get the most amount of toxins in our entire spectrum. So out of that whole list of things, your diet is the biggest part of where you're getting these toxins in the body. And to me, that is so scary because there's so many things that we are putting in our bodies that we don't even know are toxic to the body. So that's where I kind of come in and I say it's really important to be educated on what you are putting into your body. So the first, I kind of give a few examples, is when you are thinking about making a healthier lifestyle choice or eating or living more organically, that's living more consciously. So being more aware of the things that you're putting in your bodies. Are we able to live a completely toxic free, poisonous free life all the time? No. If there was a way, I would have found it by now. And I can tell you, I have been on this journey for a very long time, and I just have to know that there are going to be things that we absorb, but always being conscious and aware of it, educated on those things, is the most and highest priority to me. So I was going to give a few examples today of when we go to a grocery store, right? I would say if you go to your typical grocery store, 98% of the things in that store are highly processed and toxic to our guts, okay? But if you are going to be a little bit more conscious, you're probably looking at one of those labels that says non-GMO, right? Certified non-GMO, which great. You think, oh, this is a good product. I'm super happy. It's not genetically modified. You're correct. That is a better product than the ones that are not labeled non-GMO. The non-GMO just means that it has not been genetically modified in a lab, okay? That does not mean that it has not been sprayed with pesticides or chemicals, okay? Those are the standards. That's a really big, tricky thing, I think, in marketing. If somebody sees it has a non-GMO label, they automatically think this is a healthy product. It's not. The difference between non-GMO is that, yes, it is not genetically modified, so it is better source of vitamins and minerals, right? But that's not to say that it hasn't been sprayed with chemicals or pesticides or other yucky, harmful things on top of that. So when you go to the store, it's really important that you look for that certified organic label opposed to just the non-GMO label. If it is certified organic, that means that it has not been genetically modified, as well as it has not been sprayed with pesticides or chemicals. So that's why I like to say you have to be educated on what you're consuming, because let's just say you're at the store and one thing says non-GMO and it's $5, and one thing says organic and it's $5.09. You're still paying, a good amount of money, but take the extra step. It's very, very worth it to invest in your health and your wellness, to just go with the organic, right? So that's kind of one example of education. Another example of being educated is alkaline water. I hear this all the time. Number one, I never recommend buying or drinking from plastic water bottles. They have been on shelves for months and months, sometimes years, absorbing all those microplastics. In fact, a study just came out that a few years ago, a study came out that said over 1 year period, if people are drinking out of plastic water bottles, they were consuming it was 240,000 microplastics per bottle, which over, they said, 1 year was equivalent to the size of a credit card. Okay. You don't want to see my credit card. Well, the size of a credit card, amount of plastic that you're putting into your body. Just about 2 years ago in 2022, a study came out that said that was actually incorrect. They actually had the wrong statistics and the wrong quantities. It's more so looking that you're absorbing 240 microplastics per week, you guys, per week. That means you are eating a credit card every single week and putting that into your body. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to think that might mess up my organs and my digestive system. That's pretty gross, So, so I don't recommend doing anything with plastic bottles ever. Okay, ever. I stay away from it as much as I can. So, anyways, but alkaline water, right? One thing is, if you go to a gas station or a grocery store and you see a bottle of, there's distilled water, there's filtered water, there's spring water, there's alkaline water. And if you look at them in a spectrum, the spring water and the filtered water are maybe $1 per bottle. And then you look at the alkaline water and it's $3.50 for one bottle of water, right? And you're thinking, ooh, I know alkaline has great health benefits for me. It neutralizes the pH in my body. It's an amazing product, which it is. Alkaline itself is incredible for the body. It really does help take the acidity out of the body and balance your pH levels. However, did you know that alkaline only lives for about 30 minutes after it hits oxygen exposure? Okay, so think about that. If your water bottle, was pumped with water and then they put alkaline in it, it has already touched oxygen exposure. They cap it, they store it, then they send it to the stores, sits on the shelves or in their warehouse or whatever. So by the time that you are getting that alkaline marketed bottle, they might have put alkaline in it, but the effects of that alkaline are far gone. So don't waste your time on it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. It's not doing anything healthy for your body. Crazy, right? And these things, there's so many things like this. So I know it can seem overwhelming, but just taking a little bit of time to educate yourself and I make this joke all the time. Just Google it. Okay, just do a quick little Google search of the effects of citric acid on the body. If you look at any label as you go to the grocery store, citric acid is in a lot of different things. Well, citric acid is known for causing kidney stones, liver failure, headaches, indigestion, constipation, bloating, because it's a preservative. It's meant to help keep shelf life in a lot of products. So if you ever can't pronounce something, maybe just Google it, right? Just think about the things that you're consuming and putting in your body. So like I said, those are things that take time, but if you don't take the time now to do it, you will be forced to take the time later to fix it and correct it. So you're either going to pay for it now or you're going to pay for it later. And I don't know about you, I would much rather be healthier and happier for longer than hit a point and be sick and say, oops, maybe I made some mistakes, and come back and try to reverse the effects of everything that's happened. And it just takes a little bit of time, guys, just a little bit of consciousness and awareness, and you can make big differences in your health. So when we talk about what is healthy, right, I've kind of talked to you guys about what is not healthy, some things to look out for, some things to avoid, some things that you can kind of keep out or at least keep conscious and aware of. What is healthy? Okay. So if we think about our bodies, right? Our bodies are electrical. We are electrical beings. There is no denying it. This is not hippy dippy stuff. This is scientific facts. If you were to hold, whatever those electrical poles are, you would have electronic like pulses coming from your body. Anything that is living has electricity or energy, what's called life force coming from it. So what has life force? Anything that's alive, right? So trees are alive, animals are alive, even insects are alive. Your fruits are alive. Your vegetables are alive. I know that it's so weird to think of that, but that's why they rot and they don't stay good forever. It's because when you buy them, they're alive, and a week or 2 weeks go by, they die, and then they're no good to eat anymore. So when we talk about putting I talk a lot about putting high vibrational life force organic products into the body. What that does is that brings high vibrational life force energy into our bodies so our bodies can restore itself. So a lot of those things are your typical fruits and vegetables, celery, green apples, limes, carrots, oranges, all of these things. Of course, it makes a big difference. You have to make sure they're organic, okay, in order to get the same benefits, because you cannot copy something. You just can't. You cannot synthetically replicate the minerals and vitamins that your body needs. You can get close, and I'm not saying that our technology hasn't done a great job of getting close to replicating these things, but they're not the same. They're not the same. You need organic, right? So that brings energy back into the body. So what that energy does into the body is it starts to help the healthy versus bad gut biomes. Okay, so when Ashley was talking about how do we reset our gut biomes, well, there's healthy bacteria in our body, and then there's harmful bacteria in our bodies. And if we just break it down to what we're eating and what we're consuming without even thinking about all the outside factors, if I go and I eat a taco from Taco Bell, that probably doesn't have a lot of healthy bacteria in it, right? So my body naturally produces healthy bacteria, but what I'm consuming is a bunch of harmful bacteria. So on the scale of healthy versus harmful, now my harmful bacteria is really, really high, and my healthy bacteria is not so good, right? So what is my body doing? My body is constantly in defense mode. So everything in your body is going against trying to fight the harmful bacteria. All it's trying to do is keep you from getting sick, right? It's like it's eliminating the most prominent threat, and the most prominent threat is that harmful bacteria that you just put in your body. Okay, why is that a problem? Well, that's a good thing. Your body is supposed to do that, but why is that a long-term problem? Okay, so if I think about this being like my area, my platform, my little soldiers, I'm gonna call them my soldiers, your little antibodies, your little healthy bacteria, your little soldiers are here fighting off, the bad bacteria. Always. They can't do anything else. Well, what happens when you have a breach over here? Well, they're already fighting these guys. They're too busy. They can't go over here to fight these guys. They can do the best they can, but they're going to get overwhelmed. They're going to get overloaded, which is how disease and illness and cancer, all of these things start to manifest in the body, is because your body is too busy fighting off the little bad bacterias all the time. So your body never has an opportunity to go into restore and like rest mode, homeostasis, a parasympathetic state, in order to let your body heal itself. So that's kind of, and then when you don't have those healthy gut biomes, nothing in your body functions properly. You're overloaded with toxins. Your body can't operate the way that it's supposed to. Your liver in your body is one of the coolest organs. I think they are all so exponentially amazing and helpful. but the liver in your body actually has the main function of processing out the toxins of what you consume, right? So when you eat something, it goes down to the liver, and the liver has, people think the liver has two functions, but it doesn't. I'm going to tell you the third. The first function of the liver is that the liver will say, whoa, this is poisonous, this is toxic, we're going to eliminate this right now, we're kicking you out. And that's things that are like highly toxic to us, right? So that's like if you were to drink like cyanide or like gasoline, or, you know, that's like our body's response to like regurgitate or vomit, right? But if you get something, or alcohol, you know, your liver has to process out alcohol, right? Little like things that we don't even think are like gasoline or cyanide. Alcohol, right? Your glass of wine at the end of the night, that's poison that your liver says, it cannot pass. I'm filtering it out. Okay. So then your liver also has another function that says, this is good. Okay. Green celery juice. My liver would say, thank you so much. And it will say, you can pass, right? You collect $200 and you can pass. Go. Now, your liver has a third function, and this is the most important one, is that your liver also will say, okay, this isn't so bad that it's super poisonous that I've got to eliminate it. And it's not good to where it's nutritional and beneficial to your body. It's kind of just, it's not good, but it's not bad. I'm not gonna do anything with it. I'm gonna actually hold on to that, and I'm gonna store that to use for energy later. How crazy is that? You would think your liver would just say, yes, you can go. No, you can't. But your liver's third function is storing stuff that isn't immediately toxic to the body. And why is that important? Because in a lot of the foods that we consume, if you were just again to Google it, the FDA will say these are they're like anything, any ingredients, not even just the FDA, but any ingredient not harmful in small quantities. Okay. So not harmful in small quantities. So if I consume just a little bit of it, not harmful, no side effects, it's not bad. But what if I consumed a little bit of it this morning, and then a little bit of it this afternoon, and then a little bit of it this evening, and then a little bit more that night, and I consume just a little bit and a little bit and a little bit and a little bit? Well, a little bit turns into a lot of bit, so then it does become harmful, right? But the liver doesn't know that. It's only just processing, okay, this is just a little bit, so I'm going to store that. Okay, where does it store it? In forms of in your cells. It can store it in your fat cells. So I know so many women that say, I do everything right. I exercise, I eat clean. I don't know what else to do. I just cannot kick these last 10 pounds. Well, probably because your body is storing this not so bad or not so toxic stuff that is going to be used for fuel and energy later. I'm telling you guys, if you take out that little bit of that third area and you just put good, healthy things into the body, then you will shed that extra pounds like overnight. Like you have no idea. It just melts away because you're not storing these little bit of toxic things in the body anymore. And that's where detoxing comes into play, right? Because you cannot physically get those things out of the body without detoxing. So how do you know if you need a detox? Well, this is very simple. You do. You just do. Everybody does. You have to do this all the time. It's like brushing your teeth. You can't do it once and think that it's done forever. You have to do it constantly. Because like I said, you're constantly, even without knowing it, absorbing toxins into your body. So you've got to be constantly detoxing out of your body. Now, the type or level of amount of detox that you're doing can vary, right? So there's different types of detoxing. Like for me, I drink a green celery, green apple, lime. This also has sea moss and adaptogens. It's actually one of the juices that I sell in my detoxes. I drink this every morning because the blend of this helps flush out the shit, literal shit, in your body every day. And Ashley's gonna laugh and maybe get mad at me, but every time she drinks one of these, she's like, Nichole, I have to go to the bathroom in like 5 minutes. Like, it's crazy how powerful this stuff is. And it is super powerful. It works that quick. And it's all organic. It's all natural. It has only high vibrational energy. It's putting so much good minerals and vitamins into your body and flushing out all that nasty shit. And here's another fun fact. The average person on any day and time has an average, you guys, an average of 5 to 20 pounds, 5 to 20 of toxic waste in your intestines at any time of the day. 5 to 20 pounds of literal shit that's sitting inside of your body at any point in the day. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want that in my body because it is toxic. You know, we don't want that stirring up or spreading bad bacteria to other places, right? So I drink my juice and flush it out every single day. So I think that doing daily detoxes are important, and there's small things that you can do for that. Adding magnesium glycinate to your vitamin cabinet every day actually helps you detox from heavy metals. Zeolites are an amazing thing to add to your daily vitamin intake. They help you detox heavy metals, right? So there's lots of things and ways that you can add, just small things, small changes. We're not telling you to go change everything about your life, but small changes that you can make. Now, I do highly recommend that once a month or maybe every 6 weeks, you do a massive detox. And this is a 3-day detox. It's a 72-hour cleanse. And that's what I do. Okay, so that's where at the Cauldron, I set you up. You can either do a 1-day or a 3-day. But my 1 days, I'll tell you the difference. 1 days are great. Okay, anything is better than nothing. I will tell you that right off of the bat. So one of the biggest things that I recommend people doing a 1-day for is because during these detoxes, you will fast. Fasting is an extremely crucial and important part of detoxing the body. When you're eating, your digestive system, all your organs are busy, your stomach and your intestines, they're all busy processing the food, breaking food down so that way it can expel it, right? Well, you give your body 3 days a break, having to not process that. What that will do for your body is now, instead of using that energy to process food or break food down, that energy is gonna go back into restoring and repairing the walls and the lining of your intestine, of your endocrine system. So it's actually going to start to heal the body. Remember when I was talking about our little soldiers are constantly fighting off those bad bacteria? Well, those little soldiers have no bad bacteria to fight off anymore. So they're going to start going into construction mode. They're going to start going into repair mode, renovating, remodeling, right? They're going to upgrade you. They're going to put in your healthy bacteria where they need to go. They're going to flush out parasites in the body. They're going to start to send eviction notices to those parasites. So you're just flushing everything out. But not eating is a huge component of being able to do this and allow your body the time that it needs to do that. So that's hard for some people to say, I'm not going to eat for 3 days. That's crazy, right? So sometimes I do highly recommend starting out with a 1 day, realizing it's not so scary. It's really not. It's not so scary, you guys. Through these detoxes, I give you 6 drinks to drink throughout the day. And I'll tell you now, sometimes I even have a hard time drinking all 6 drinks because I feel so full. So you don't physically feel hungry. Plus, you have more nutrients and vitamins and minerals and all sorts of things that you could ever need, probably more than what you actually get on a day-to-day basis, because this is all organic, all natural, preservative-free, sugar-free. You're just getting the good stuff, right? So you're getting more of that. So physically, there's no physical hunger. mentally is the hard part, right? So that's why I say maybe start with the 1 day, see that it's not so scary, and then go in to do the 3-day detox. And on the 3-day detox, it's the exact same thing as the 1 day, but you just do it for 3 days. And one of the coolest part about doing this 3-day detox in the way that I am different than any other juice detox company out there is that I practice holistic nutrition. And what does that mean? That means that when you're detoxing, you are not just physically detoxing the body, you are connecting the mind, the body, and the spirit. So there is a very emotional and mental part of detoxing, there's a spiritual part of detoxing, and there is the physical side of detoxing. So with what I do is on those 3 days, I send you through guided meditations, breath work, mantras, very, very powerful, affirmations stating that I am worthy, I am deserving of this healing, accepting the healing that is coming into your body. It is a very big, you have to mentally and physically be connected, emotionally as well. So that's a big part of what the 3-day will help you do. We help guide you through it. One of the things that I do is I give you my personal number anytime that you go through a detox, and I text you just all the time. Hey, happy detox day. I can't wait to hear about all the shit that happens today. Text me any questions. Is it that you poop too much? Is it that you didn't poop at all? Is it that you're feeling a headache? Is it this or that? I am here to guide you. Maybe it's just, hey, Nichole, I forgot which juice I'm supposed to drink at what time. I've got you. I'm texting you. I'm staying connected with you. And that's the nice part is because if you were to go anywhere else and buy like a bundle of juices, you have nobody to ask except for Google. And if you go down some other, weird places on the internet, don't go to WebMD because then you've got lots of problems that you don't really actually have, if you know what I mean. But I'm here for you. I will help guide you. I tell you, well, maybe you're feeling a headache. Well, maybe do this. Or maybe you haven't gone potty, do this. There's lots of different things that detoxing looks different for everybody. You can detox and feel freaking great. Okay, I am at the point of keeping my body so low in the daily toxins that are in my body. So when I detox, man, I feel good. I've got a ton of energy. I'm up, I'm going, I'm ready to take on the world. I think that when I detox now, there's so much more of the physical or the emotional and mental detoxing that I get to do, releasing stress and things that no longer serve me. But physically, you might be at the very beginning of your detox journey. It's the first time you've ever detoxed. So what can you expect? You can expect maybe to feel good and to have more energy and to see better or hear better or smell better or taste better. These are things that you will be like, wow, maybe your skin clears up, right? The bloating goes away. You have more regulated, less cramping during your periods. Maybe your periods get worse, right? There is a side of detoxing called the healing crisis. Now, if you go through a healing crisis, that just means that you have so many toxins in your body that are being flushed out that are getting into the bloodstream too quickly. And that can cause things like headaches, flu-like symptoms. You can have runny nose, you can have congestion, you can have sore throat, you can feel like a groggy, you could have mood swings, you could have like very actual like mental mood swings, you could have brain fog. So you could go through some of these healing crisis things. Now, other natural remedies out there that can help you combat this, absolutely. So that's why I say, if you're feeling those things, come to me during your detox and I talk you through them. I help you throughout it the entire way. So I know that was a lot of information, but I think very helpful and very kind of surface level of what you can kind of expect, who needs to detox, why you need to detox, what to look for during your detoxes. and why it's so important to invest just a little bit of time into taking care of your gut biomes and your physical and mental and emotional and spiritual health.
Yeah, I think you said that was surface level. I mean, you're my sister and I've seen you on this journey, but that was a lot of really great information that I don't think even I think about every single day. And it can be very overwhelming. And you did say, like, go do your research. And where would somebody start? Like, I know you said Google, like, what area should they start in? Like, it can be really overwhelming, especially, I know even myself, I've been on this journey because you've been like pulling me along with you, and I've been fighting and resisting. Like, sometimes I just want my ice cream or my wine or whatever. But when I go to the grocery store now, I'm looking at the labels and I'm shocked about what's in there, and I'm almost feeling like, well, what can I eat? What should I do? So, do you have somewhere good for people to start? Like, start small?
Yes, thank you so much, because one of the biggest mistakes that I made as I became more awake to the physical dangers that I was putting my body into on a day-to-day basis was and if you know anything about me, when I am passionate about something, I take off running, like I am ready to go with it. And I took off running way too fast, and I ended up getting so overwhelmed that it caused so much anxiety and stress that's not good either, right? Like, you cannot put yourself in those types of situations where you just feel like the world is caving in on you and you just have to live in this bubble all the time, because you can't live in a bubble, okay? So yes, I do highly encourage taking small steps to make big changes. A few things that I highly recommend is, when you go into living a healthier lifestyle, the first thing that people come to me and say is, I have to eliminate drinking sodas, and I've got to stop eating sugars, and I have to stop eating fast food, and I've got to cut out this, and I've got to cut out that, which maybe that is correct, but don't start there, guys. I'm telling you how crazy this is. Start by adding in healthier things into your diet. Don't start by taking things away. You're already setting yourself up for failure. Your body is already going to be craving those things. So like I said at the very beginning, your body is this incredible thing. So instead of thinking about, I can't eat sugars or drink sodas, and have that like constant panic in your head, like, oh, I wish I had a soda, I wish I had a soda, I wish I had a soda. Just opt for that morning, eat a handful of blueberries. That morning, drink a green juice. Doesn't matter if you still drink 4 sodas that day. You put something healthier into your body, and what's going to happen is your body is so smart that it's going to recognize this nutrition is better than the nutrition of the soda, and your body is naturally going to start to crave the better the better nutrients and minerals for you. So you won't have to go through that horrible process of feeling jittery and like anxious about giving something up. So start small. Add healthy things into your diet before you try to take things away from your diet. Ashley made, so my second recommendation is small changes that you can make is, Ashley made the comment about going to the grocery store and looking at labels now, right? If you've met my 8-year-old son, he's very vocal about the poisons that are all out there, and he'll look at he goes to the stores and he pulls up labels and he's like, don't like that, natural flavors, nope, artificial, nope. But who knows what if I were to tell you the word, and I might not even say this word right, but what if I were to tell you the word cyanocobalamin? You know what cyanocobalamin is? Well, I don't, right? Like, I don't know what that is. Well, that's just a fancy word for synthetic B12. Well, we don't know what synthetic B12 is, but it's synthetic. It's probably not good for us, but we don't know what that product is, right? So I know this is the easiest one. Go onto your phone right now and download Bobby approved app. Okay, this is a little green app. He's got a thumbs up on it, and it's Bobby approved. Bobby is a kind of a social media influencer that I have no affiliation with, but I highly love and recommend. But he educates people on what these ingredients are and what are good and what are not good for our body. But he made an app that all you have to do is hold up your phone, scan the barcode, and he will tell you if it's Bobby approved or if it's not Bobby approved. And if it's Bobby approved, you're good to go. It has good things in it, no toxins, no chemicals, no synthetics. If it is not Bobby approved, then he's going to highlight in there why it's not Bobby approved. While you're going through and learning your education on what citric acid or phosphoric acid or cyanobalamin is or whatever, right? While you're learning what these things are and what things to avoid, natural flavors, artificial flavors, let Bobby do the hard work for you. He'll point them out to you. He'll say, this is bad. These are not things you should eat. So download that app. So every time you go to the grocery store, scan the barcode and say, yep, we got Bobby approved, or no, it's not Bobby approved.
Yeah, that'll be a love-hate relationship with Bobby. I downloaded that app and it's like, Bobby says no. Why? He's so mean. Why does Bobby always say no? At the bottom too, there's like a list of things that he does approve. So he can be nice sometimes, but
yeah, so similar items. Yeah, you're totally right. So if he says no, you can't have this ice cream because ice cream is a favorite in our house, but he will say, but these two ice creams are similar and they are Bobby approved. So you don't have to give up things that you love. Just be smarter about the things that you consume.
well, I will just say I was pulled in to do the detox, and I was actually really excited about it. I did the 3-day detox, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do it. It's my sister. I'm going to support her. And really genuinely, after 3 days, I was feeling so much better. I have like a lot of IBS and like really bad gut health and bloating. And that really relieved a lot of that for me. Even on the 4th day, I was still drinking juice in the morning. Somebody said, I thought you finished your 3-day thing yesterday. I said, I did. I'm just literally still craving like the morning juice. I feel good. I had energy. And so even I did it, was a little skeptical, but genuinely felt so much better about it. And a lot of it is mental. It's like, oh, I really want that. And then you have it and it just doesn't taste the same because it's not, your body, like Nichole said, starts to just gravitate towards healthier things. And it's a love-hate relationship with your mind too sometimes. Like even I said, Nichole, I'm not ready for this. Like I want my ice cream. I want my chocolate. And my body doesn't love that anymore. What's happening to me? And I'm texting her like probably the most annoying client ever. She's like, welcome to the show, Ashley. Like you've made it, you've arrived. Like, so there's a lot of fun that you can find by doing this and just so many benefits that you're going to continue to grow. I feel like we could talk forever because we were going to do a 30-minute lunch and learn. So sorry for those that are on lunch. You will have the recording of this, but I wanted just to direct you over to Nichole's website where you can connect with her. I'm going to share it on the screen. It's the Cauldron 528. She's got a lot of information about her juices, what she puts in there. You can subscribe to her newsletter that's obviously going to be full of tons of information, continued education. You can find her products and order online, or you can even just reach out to her directly and ask her those questions and some things personally that maybe are going on with your body. Like she said, everybody's body is different. And it's really nice to have somebody that you can connect with and genuinely trust to talk about shit, literally, or what's going on with your body. So, Nichole, thank you so much for sharing everything that you did. You guys, you can find her again, thecauldron528.com. I know you can see she's incredibly passionate about what she's doing and helping others start that journey, continue that journey, or wherever you're at. Take that on. So anything else you'd like to add, Nichole, that I didn't mention?
Yeah, just reach out to me. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. You can go over to the website, and I am just always super happy. Like Ashley said, even if it's just you have a question, right? I want to be able to help you and point you in the right direction. Maybe juicing isn't the right option for you, and I can give you a different tool for detoxing in your little toolbox. So thank you guys for letting me be on and ramble away, but I hope that just you picked up one thing that you can use to incorporate into living more and consciously and organically.
Beautiful. All right, go add that one healthy thing today. That's an easy start. And reach out to Nichole if you have any other questions. Thanks, Nichole. Have a great one.
Thank you, Ashley.